Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and welcome on into a LEGO Star Wars / technically Ideas set reveal. Today they have unveiled a brand new Ultimate Collector Series set, and this is set number 75309. This is the Star Wars Republic Gunship, keyword Republic. And this is actually going to be available starting on August the 1st, and it doesn't appear to have any early access for VIP members at LEGO Shop at Home and in LEGO stores. And this has 3,292 pieces, 2 minifigures, and will be retailing for $349.99 USD or $479.99 Canadian. Now, I think I need to say this up at the top. These sets, I already know, they're not for me. I don't like big sets like this, big vehicles. It just doesn't appeal to me, even when it comes to superheroes. Like, that's just not something that I would want. I would much rather prefer a play set or a minifigure scale of a lot of the sets that are made here. So I know that going in that this set already isn't for me, so just keep that in mind when I go through and talk about this set. So first of all, let's go back and talk about how this set came about. It was actually selected through a ideas poll. There was actually 3 options, and this is the one that won. Supposedly 30,000 people partook in that vote, and this is what came out of it. And in that poll, there was also a little suggestion box for what figure would you like to see. And I think that the biggest one that was said alongside wanting the gunship was Jedi Bob. And if you're unfamiliar with Jedi Bob, he was this figure that LEGO created, this character that they put in some of the old Attack of the Clones sets, and it would have been really neat to get him in this set, a revamped version maybe, and to kind of ignore that is really disappointing. But let's look at the figures that they did choose to put in it, which for me is the only thing that would get me to buy a set, is if it has this amazing and remarkable figure. So looking at this here, the 2 figures are Mace Windu, which honestly looks quite good. I think that this is a very solid choice. I really like the torso printing there with like some of the dirt from Geonosis and all the sand. I think that works really well. He's also got this angry face print, which is really neat. The leg printing is actually brand new. It looks very similar, even down to like the lines underneath. Like, it's just, they're so identical, but the different dark brown lines they've actually changed up a bit, you could see on screen. And then the next figure is this Clone Commander. So you chose not to do Commander Cody, which is what everyone was wanting. Yikes, that's a pretty crazy move on LEGO's part, I think. I really was shocked when he wasn't included in Grievous's Starship last year, and I think that a lot of people kind of thought, hey, this is where we're going to get him. Nope. So that's kind of crazy. Honestly, if I were to pick a second figure, I think Mace works, but the second one that I would have put is a pilot. Like, give us a pilot, you know, it makes sense to have a clone pilot here. I'm not sure what the thinking was to just include a commander. I think a pilot would have been so much cooler, or a gunner or something. And then let's talk about the box itself for this set, in case you missed it. Yeah, that's the Imperial logo there, which you can't necessarily just blame LEGO. Like, you can't sit here and be like, wow, LEGO really doesn't care. Yeah, you know, you can say that, and that it is pretty embarrassing that they let this slip through. But there are so many people involved in making a product come about that this was just missed by everyone. Specifically, like, this is approved by Disney and Star Wars and Lucasfilm. So they approved this set. They approved that box design. So that's really crazy to me that that went through, and I just don't get how that happened. I think that's just like a slap in the face to anyone. But hey, you know what? I am tempted to buy this just because that box is going to be rare, because obviously they're going to have to reprint it, and I'm not even sure, like, instruction-wise and all that, if it's on the instructions as well. Probably is. Like, that's really crazy and disappointing that that happened. But yeah, I guess, you know, these things happen. But anyways, let's talk about the set itself. It's huge. I'm impressed by it. I think it's a very beautiful looking model. But for me, another reason why I didn't want this to get selected was because, unfortunately, and you know, you can come up with some instances of having a UCS set and a minifigure scale set on shelves at the same time. But for me, I just worry about the chances of getting a minifigure scale gunship now. Like, I'd buy one instantly, and it also wouldn't just come with 2 figures. So I think that that's kind of disappointing to me. Like, I just hope that doesn't hurt the chances of that, because at least looking at this year, Lego really listened, and they were like, yeah, you know, we should have done Clone Wars content. We should have done Mandalorian content. We really dropped the ball last year, but here's an amazing summer for you guys. And I think that's really great. But looking at it here, it's like prequels have been something that people have been wanting for years, and they've been asking and begging and borderline harassing to get stuff. So I think that it's about time that they do sets like this in this large scale, but as well as in minifigure scale. Like, I have no interest in this. It is a beautiful looking model, and if you somehow have the space for this, good on ya. This thing is absolutely crazy. It is 68 centimeters or 27 inches long and 33 centimeters and 13 inches tall. That's really crazy, like the size of this. So look at this lifestyle picture with the person holding it. I think that's really crazy. But so I just thought that it'd be fun to comment over this video and just look at this and all the play features. So you could see here that the guns can actually move about, as well as there actually is a spot to have your troops go into battle and drop down. So I think that's pretty neat. At the top you can rotate this. I'm not really sure if that's something you're meant to do, but then moving now, you could see a different angle of the gunners, and then even in the front guns there, they can actually rotate, which is pretty neat. I feel like this is the guy just looking at it thinking, I know this is an actor, but it's like, where am I going to put this thing? Just amazed by the size of it. The doors can kind of move a little bit, but they don't, of course, close all the way, or at least I haven't seen a picture of that, or they don't show that anywhere. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. But on the inside, I really like how they have these spots for you to imagine that, like, the Jedi and the clones are actually holding on to the handlebars at the top from, like, falling out. I think that's pretty neat. As well as there's a couple of just different panels and things like that inside. Yeah, so the door doesn't close. I'm just going over and looking at everything here, and there doesn't appear to be a way to do that. So that's kind of disappointing, I think. I would want to close up my gunship, have that option at least, minimum. But anyways, everyone, that's it for this. I'm surprised that I even talked about this for this long. Again, it's not a set for me, but I know that this is going to excite a lot of people. And I hope that it does do well, so that it does show Lego, hey, yeah, we should be doing prequels. We should be listening to people. So hopefully this changes things. But I know that this for sure, $479 for me, plus 13% tax. Not for me. I could tell you that much. But anyways, everyone, what do you think of this set? I would love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, all down below. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.